Darren, back up so fast. Gotta carries up the delay. Just begin. Hello, everyone. My name's Arian. Today we continue the stream. Started with up the delay today, and thanks everyone for watching PZ. That's the please like, check out some for chat section. If you check out the previous videos, please do. So, if you want to, and Arian Main and Twitter, YouTube community tabs or information up the delay. Let's begin. Go dogs! TikTok use team. It's actually a game I wanted to save for the very main bit around of time. Do 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 do. I do like this music. It's a good theme. They really tried their hardest to make this game good. And it is good in a lot of ways. Although it was too fast. Do 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 do. Don't! Don't! So was it good? Yeah, they were literally right on us. Like, they literally right on our ass. If you don't manage this, they do stupid stuff like spawn units. We don't need more units. Yeah, it's a bug. Sometimes the walls don't build properly. For more sailors, we need master sailors. We don't need catapults. I think it makes it harder to attack your city. Oh well, someone's literally on our ass. But we don't need catapults, man. But we don't have units in the city. We don't need catapults. Better to boat stop. Well, that sucks. That's good. Think we're doing well. I hope we're doing well. This game is quicker than Civ 5 to get through each turn. Yeah, they take longer for each turns in the later games to, to, to finish a turn compared to this game where it's quick. I don't know why I think it's so stupid, but whatever. Gems might be useful. We have like 3 more ticks. Yeah, one thing I do like about this game is you can do this. And it changes also, which I think is pretty cool. This game did have charm. I like these little things and touches. It just, to me, it improves the game a lot. Literally on the border, man. Wow, we are hitting the home of these, which is a good thing. Yeah, we don't need spearmen. I don't know why this game is obsessed with bone cobalt. Wow, it took him so long to finish that. Okay, cool. Greeting me. Great. Let's go to survive. So, yeah.
What's up, guys? So something that was highly requested. A lot of people asked me to do this. This friend on Twitter a show ago was to make a fighting game tier list with all the fighting games. Well, at least all the ones that I feel like I've played a sufficient amount that I can speak the smallest amount of authority about how much I like them. So yeah, this is like my third attempt at filming this video. Every time I filmed it, it's ended up just being like an hour long, and it's like you guys don't want to listen to all that. So I'm gonna try to be as concise as possible because there's a lot of games here, and I'm gonna try to get through all of them and at least give as much.
The first game.
So
It is.
ranking games that I haven't really played, like I said. So all the games that I'm actually going to rank are in here.
Number 5.
And obviously, this is just my opinion. I have my own biases and my own things that I like.
This is.
For example, I tend to prefer Street Fighter style games versus like anime style games. So you're gonna see that kind of thing in the results. If I rank a game you like lower than you think it deserves, I'm sorry, it's just my own opinion. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna go roughly alphabetically, and we're starting off with a bang here. ARMS. I think ARMS might be my least favorite game on the list. I'm putting it in D rank. I just didn't find it very fun. Like it's the kind of game it would be fun to play with like your mom or someone who doesn't play games, a non-gamer. It'd be fun like that, but if you're actually looking for a deep and rich fighting game,
Okay, that's cool.
that is not what I felt playing on. Capcom vs SNK 2, I think I'm gonna put an A tier. It's funny, something I say a lot about CVS 2 is that like I think if this game came out now, it would get absolutely eviscerated by the FTC. Everyone would be like, this game's so boring, it's so slow. Every match takes 10 minutes, but I mean, it's got an incredible roster. It's got a ton of depth with the groove system. You can kind of play forever and never get bored. There's a lot of opportunities, and when it comes to sick ground-based footsies gameplay, you can't do much better than CBS 2. Next up is Dive Kick. I think I'm going to put Dive Kick in C tier. I think Dive Kick is...
We have so much money, I think why not?
Experiment. It's useful as a teaching tool of like, yeah, here is how few mechanics you can have in a game and still have it be, fun to play and still feel like a fighting game. But after you play it for a few hours, I think the game kind of loses its luster and becomes competitive. I got bored of Dive Kick pretty quickly, but it was fun at first. Dragon Ball Fighter, ooh, it's time to get controversial. I'm gonna put it in A tier. You know what? I'm gonna throw it up here in A tier. The biggest thing to me going against Dragon Ball Fighters is the netcode. The netcode is not great, but it looks beautiful. It's got lots of characters. Gameplay, it has some annoying things like Super Dash, Advantage, and Raw Attack are a little bit annoying, but like on the whole, I think the game rewards hard work.
Yeah, I think I spent all my money.
Rewards good reactions, and it's one of the best looking fighting games ever for what that's worth, and also it's just intuitive and fun to play for everyone. So A tier for Dragon Ball Fighters. Fantasy Strike, I'm also gonna put that in A tier. Obviously, Fantasy Strike not the most beautiful game.
My mouse disconnected.
Budget because it is, but I mean, it's got perfect online, full crossplay, free to play, so it's easy to convince your friends to play it. When you're a new player, there's a million people online who are also new players that you can play against. So the onboarding process is really easy. It's intuitive. It's fun. It's got those fundamentals like I was talking about. I think it's overall a very solid game, even though it does look a little bit janky. So A tier for Fantasy Strike. Guilty Gear X Third Rev 2. So now I have to be really careful here. If I put Guilty Gear below Fantasy Strike, everybody is gonna gang up on me. But honestly, like, I don't know. I just don't think Guilty Gear as a series has ever appealed to me that much. It's obviously beautiful. It has that going for it. The netcode sucks, but I mean, so does Dragon Ball Fighters. But what the main reason I never really got into Guilty Gear was I don't
No
like
interest.
sort of that flow that the game has where you get hit, you get knocked down, and then like here comes this ridiculous OP. Maybe my perception is colored a little bit by one of the main people I played against plays Zato, and so that's like his whole game plan. Because that's not really what I'm into in fighting games. I'm not like a tech monster. I'm not a training mode monster at all. And Guilty Gear is great for those types of players, but I just don't think I'm that type of player. So it didn't grab me that much. I'm sorry. I know I'm probably going to get roasted on a million different websites for putting it below these games, but it is what it is. I just didn't have the same amount of fun playing it as I did with Dragon Ball Fighters. So, all right, next up, Injustice One. So, Injustice One, I thought was pretty weak. I think I'm going to put it in B tier. Uh, the balance was really atrocious out of the gate. I think we all remember the Superman fiasco at Evo, but also just like the core gameplay, I didn't love it. It felt clunky to me. The animations I thought were really ugly. Just overall didn't have the
So far, so
greatest
good,
time
I
in
guess.
Injustice, but the story mode's really good. It does have that going for it. Really great story mode in Injustice One. Injustice 2, I thought was a big improvement. I'm going to put it in C tier. I still
Nice.
didn't totally love it. I feel like the way projectiles interact in that game is annoying and kind of frustrating for a lot of people who are used to the way that Street Fighter works. Similar with, the way strings work, the way they kind of have the heart emit to your strings instead of being able to hit confirm. I know that that's just how the game works. Some people like it. I didn't really enjoy it that much, so C tier for Injustice 2.
So
Next
was
up is
good.
Killer Instinct, guys. We're going ham on this one. I'm putting KIS tier, okay? What negative could I possibly say about Killer
Go
Instinct?
to
I guess,
Civ
like,
2 now.
the hit sparks are too
The next
big
game
and, like,
is
there's
in
these
the
massive
stream list.
particles. But other
These
than that,
were
I
intended to
really have
be
no
on the
issues overtly with this game.
main
The
channel, but
art
I ran out of
direction,
time.
really huge amount of
So they're on
detail
Daring
to the
backup
characters
because
from the
I
beginning
say
to
they
the end
are.
that you don't see in any other game. Online is perfect. It has crossplay. It has amazing footsies. That's something I didn't really expect. It feels almost more like Street Fighter than Street Fighter does a lot of the time until you get a hit and then that combo system comes up and the combo system it's kind of like not my favorite part about KI, but it's still cool. It comes with its own set of guessing
Yeah,
game and
the
reads
irrigation system
and
though
smart
works
call
later
outs like,
on.
ooh, I knew you were gonna break there, and then you get the most satisfying counter break combo. So KI really blew me away. One of the fighting games I've had the most fun with this year, and I
Yeah,
hope
that's what
that
it
it
is.
comes
You need
back.
so many
Whether
servers in
there's
this
a new
game.
KI or whether KI
And
kind of gets
libraries,
more steam
obviously.
behind it in terms of the community or something, starts becoming a bigger game that more people are playing. I would love that, especially in the COVID era where great online is so important. So absolutely love KI. Next up, KOF 13. This is the only KOF game that I've really put that much time into, and I think it deserves A tier. Yes, the online is terrible. That's something that we're going to hear about a lot of these games. The online's really, really
Lovely.
bad, but in terms of gameplay, it's pretty excellent. It's one of those games that you can play forever and never get bored because there's an infinite amount of combo potential with the HD system and everything. Tons of characters too, all really unique and cool. I love the KOF character designs, and obviously the graphics are incredible, some of the best ever in a fighting game. So great job with KOF 13. I'm putting it A tier.
I think
Marvel
that
2, you
Steam
guys
just
know this
flashed
has
in
to
the
be S
background.
tier. Come on. I've talked a lot about games that you can play forever and never get bored. Marvel 2 is the ultimate game like this.
Right.
56 characters, all of them feel super unique, except for like Bone Wolverine versus regular Wolverine, whatever. But other than that, the characters are all super unique. So many
We
cool
really need
crossovers.
that.
Yes, it's dominated by the same 6 to 10 characters, but playing low tiers in Marvel 2 has been some of the most fun I've ever had in any fighting game, and playing top tier is a really exciting and unique experience you don't get in any other game. So incredible game, S tier, no question about it. Marvel Infinite, I think I'm gonna put Biggest problems with this game are obviously the graphics and the roster. Those are horrendous. Like, it looks so much worse than Marvel 3, and it has such a worse roster.
What's
Like,
next?
half the point of a Marvel game is the roster. I want to play as Cyclops and Wolverine and Storm and stuff. You can't do that in Infinite. Huge bummer. The gameplay I thought was overall enjoyable, but I prefer
Let's
Marvel
go
3. I think
to Orlando
Marvel
Bloom
3 feels
Dies.
more like a Marvel game, whereas Marvel Infinite kind of feels like its own thing, which is fine. I just wasn't into it. So C tier for Marvel Infinite. Mortal Kombat 9, I think I'm going to throw this in C tier as well. Overall, I liked that it kind of felt Street Fighter-y. It felt like, there were a lot of projectile games, lots of footsies. The biggest thing I didn't like about Mortal Kombat 9 is that there's all these moves, kind of like Kung Lao Spinner or like Scorpion Teleport, like these moves that you kind of have to be ever vigilant and be ready to block because it's just this huge hitbox
Let's
that,
try
you know,
this.
you
This is
block
gonna
as
probably
much
end
ball as it
badly.
hits you, they get a ridiculous unblock. Kind of
Oh
was
yeah, any
a little
games,
awkward to me in that game.
films,
The script was
sounds
maybe a little iffy,
shown in the stream, music shown in the stream, very copyright holders.
but I liked
I
it.
don't
I
take any
enjoyed it a little bit.
responsibility for them.
And I
Don't
think
sue me
it's
or
an awesome
cancel
game.
it.
It's a
I
pretty
have a
decent game.
token I was bidden to show thee.
Mortal Kombat 11, I actually like
Frodo's mithril vest. Poor Hobbit must be.
Wait,
I
I should
didn't
just
play
say
that
it
much
again.
of MK10.
Any
I know that the
sounds,
games were
gameplay,
10
music
to 11.
in this video, you guys are recording. I take a response to that. Don't
11 felt like
cancel
a great
or
improvement over
sue
9
me.
to me.
I think I said
Overall, the game
form that I'm
feels
not
like
showing
a lot of
forms on the
character
channel.
design, especially
Dead.
I
Alright,
shall give you a
carry
message
in.
for your master.
Carry in. Nice try, bitch.
My master, Sauron the Great, bids you welcome.
overall, I enjoyed it.
You shall speak for Sauron no more.
It takes more than a broken elvish blade.
Nobody. I love the Persona
This is
3
for
game.
Frodo.
Know that the halflings suffer greatly
So
at the
fun.
hands of this
Combos are
elf.
really fun and rewarding.
It is you who shall
Incredible.
suffer.
It sucks. Different time. It sucks that we never got all the balance changes over here.
Yeah, you can do perfect.
I guess that concludes negotiations.
Up until that point, the game was
Now it's the.
Kanji's the
Well,
main
this part isn't that bad, except for Orlando Bloom
Next to Power
dying.
Rangers Battle for the Grid, I think I'm gonna put it in B tier.
We have drawn his army to the Black Gates. For ourselves, there is no hope. This is our final act to give Frodo time to end this evil that marshals before us.
The movement is not that exciting in this game to me. That was one of
To
the main things that kind of
positions.
set it off the game. Like it seemed like they were trying to make a Marvel game. Marvel movement, and Marvel awesome. I really like that flow where you're playing the normal game. But then you get hit once and you have to sit like
Stand your ground, sons of
it felt a
Gondor.
little bit weird to me. I wouldn't say it's a game that really grabbed me, but overall I think it's a good game. B tier. Fun Planet, kind of similar. Fun Planet feels a lot like Street Fighter 4. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Amazing Online, obviously the art style is really good as well.
The only time you see Aragorn use his bow, you don't even see it in the films, except for like maybe one scene in the first one. Unpopular opinion, I think the first one is the best film. Unpopular opinion. I know, I just think it was brilliantly done.
Over here!
Where's Gandalf? Don't worry, you're not I'm here to help. Stop throwing yourself into situations where you can slash Gandalf. I should look up.
What that ends up meaning is that every time you get a game, you have the freedom to go into the most optimal combo, this ridiculous four-way reset possible deal, and just kind of lose until you die. And like that gameplay can be fun, and that's one of the reasons why people like Magneto so much in the Marvel series. But in Skullgirl, I feel like every character is interesting Magneto, and it's
Don't
way
say.
easier. Like Marvel Doom is so hard to right? Not a problem. Any straight hit. We're going into the optimal combo into a bunch of super hard to deal with resets. So it got a little bit old to me after getting put into the same reset
All right.
over and over. The owner of the game, guess what? You're getting the set. So yeah, I got a little
You can hold him, Orlando.
Soul Calibur 6. I like the gameplay. Yeah, the online
Shit, I thought that disappeared.
modes are kind of bad. Improvement over 5, but online is so bad. 5 is so bad. 5 is UI is so bad. Gameplay is fun. Actually find that online market streaming back. It actually is fun. That's the thing.
Still alive.
Stuck going through the morning motions. Stuck going through the morning motions. Stuck going through the morning motions. Don't live life on repeat. Beauty Defenses is filled with vitamin and zinc to help improve your immune system.
Aragon missed.
So, Beauty Defenses 400% nutrition for something that can grow.
He's not even hitting anything.
Third strike, you know, let's just hear this here. Let's just see one of those bandwagoners that acts like I've been a third strike fan this whole time. I actually didn't like third strike that much for a long time. I didn't like it because I was like, Street Fighter, I wanted fireballs and uppercuts, man. Fireballs and uppercuts, but fireballs and uppercuts. Well, these fireballs are not that good. They don't have the ability to produce.
Goodness, he knocked you back hard.
Yeah, but once I kind of got over that night, it's started to understand more about the opponent's going to either not be whereas Street Fighter 2 kind of run the same game plan. Usually, if it's really effective, third strike because of the parry system and stuff, it gets unpredictable. You get got. So
There we go.
Take defensive positions. Break up.
Now,
Hold them on all sides
This
of
part is not the scary part. The scary part is the ring rates.
best sounding fighting game of all time. I'm calling it. On both counts, third strike wins. Let's move on to Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. You know what? I think. Ooh, gosh, this is hard. I think I'm gonna put it in C. Okay, I'm gonna put it in C. Obviously at launch, Street Fighter 5 was not a good look at all. Frames with low, player, that's actually they brought it down to 5 frames of input delay, and they had I think the core gameplay of SF5 that much. A little bit too much offensive momentum.
Oh shit, Orlando Bloom, Orlando Bloom. Oops. Orlando. I'm here, Orlando Bloom. Okay, that's nothing over there. Oh shit, Gimli. Orlando Bloom! Oh my frick! Ah! 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 Goodness. You got shot by an arrow at like. Ah! The worst is when you get hit from absolutely nothing.
Very considerate with third strike
Yeah, let's
throws, but
just
out
quit this
shots
before I
is a
get
problem,
angry.
guys. Don't forget about that. So,
Yep, let's
yes,
just
there are some degenerate things about the
continue.
game, but overall, it's got the classic Super Street Fighter gameplay. It feels like a spiritual successor type of fighting. You know, it's just like fundamental level, and I think the sprites are really awesome too. So, awesome job with Alpha 2. It's just a classic. Super, super fun. Cross Tekken. Oh boys, I'm kind of tempted to put Cross Tekken in E, but I think I might get eaten alive if I do that. Let's put it in C. My issue with Cross Tekken, first of all, the online is horrible. Even worse rollback than SF5, if you can believe that. The roster is amazing. The roster, I think it deserves some points for just the roster being so incredible. And plus, like, the Tekken characters are really all unique and interesting, so I think it deserves some points for that. I just don't love the gameplay. Movement is so bad in this game. And like, yeah, I know like jab, 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 jab is like a meme about this game, and I'm sure the big patch that everybody likes improved that, and it made things better, but it just wasn't enough to bring me back around. I just feel like the core gameplay of this game is not that exciting.
Yeah, let's
Watching
continue.
high level play now in 2020, high level play of this game, it still goes to timeout like a third of the time. It's like it's crazy. It's like self parody because movement is so bad. It's so hard to apply glitches and stuff. I don't know. Wasn't crazy about it. But Super Turbo is obviously going to go in S tier.
Wow, they were.
Say?
It was
It's a
literally just
classic.
saying there.
It's got the stuff like Balrog, Vega. I mean, Boxer and Claw, and Chun Li is cheap in this game too. Why is it that all these things Chun Li is super broken, man? He's not as broken in Super Turbo, but he's still a problem. But yeah, like this game is still fun after all these years. It just doesn't get old, and plus you've got like kind of a double roster size because there's the old characters that adds some intrigue, even though most of the old characters are bad. So yeah, I love Super Turbo. S tier, no question about it. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Oh, I'm kind of torn between A and B on this one. I think
Weren't you
I'm gonna
making
put it in
food?
B. And listen, let me just say that if Mega Crash was not in the game, this is a contender
Oh,
for
he's
S
waiting
tier.
for nothing.
Mega Crash is my least favorite mechanic in the game. It's the game's first mechanic. I really don't like how it works. It's so snowbally. The fact that whoever gets the first hit is going to build up a bunch of meter, which lets them burst. Plus, you can combo off burst, which lets you build more meter to burst again. Yes, they did nerf burst a lot from the initial version of PvC that was Japan only into the one that came out on the Wii in America. But burst is a major problem. But other than that, the game is awesome. Plus, it has Baroque, which I think is one of the coolest mechanics Capcom's ever made. Letting you trade your red life as a resource is really cool, and you don't see that in very many fighting games.
Just relax.
And the graphics, I think, hold up. It still looks good. It was a shame it was set to die on the Wii, a platform that no one wants to play fighting games on. But it's a really fun game. Let me just say, I hate the burst, but other than that, it's a great game. Tekken 7, I think I'm going to throw in A. This was the game that really got me addicted to Tekken. I had played Tekken games before, but not that seriously. But this one, I played it at Evo and stuff. And yeah, it's just awesome. Like the roster is great. It's so rewarding and fun to play. The online sucks, but it is what it is. Tekken is 3, I guess. Not really holding its weight in terms of the online
So
gameplay,
that's
but
good, I
super
guess.
super fun to play.
Wow,
The
that was
balance at
fast.
launch was so incredible too. Like the
Oh,
console
thanks,
launch was
Jim.
great.
Oh,
Everyone was just
flip.
amazed by how every character felt so strong. I love the slow mo system too. I like the changes they made to the rage system, even though rage arts are a little bit annoying when you get hit by them online. Still, overall, I think they really hit it out
Snap.
of the park with this one. In my opinion, it was just like the best Tekken game ever. Them's fighting herd. I think I'm gonna put B. The game is very fun and it's very beautiful. My main issues with the game are I feel like the damage ratios are just a little bit weird. Like individual hits feel
Love
like
how
they
they
do
just
no
buggered
damage,
off.
and you have to do like a super optimal combo to do more than like 10% of their life bar. It feels a little bit weird to me. I feel like they actually legitimately made some improvements on the Skullgirls combo system. Obviously, there's no Z stand, so it's a very very different combo system. But like the way that fall faster during combos versus just having a binary burst. I think it's an interesting move. And the roster is cool, although it is a little small. Like, I feel like the game just needs more characters, and I think personally I would prefer less of an emphasis on super optimal combos and more of an emphasis
Going for
on
work.
single hits or smaller combos doing more damage. But that's just how I felt about it, and obviously the online is amazing, so I get some bonus points for that. Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in A tier. You know what? I'm going a little ham on this one. This game has a ton of problems. Obviously, PAC is a horrible, stupid mechanic that is like nearly game ruining, and so is X Factor Level 3. But like the fact that everyone still loves this game despite all these huge problems, I think says a lot just to how fun it is. It's one of the most intuitively fun fighting games ever made. It's another game that you can play forever and never get bored. The combo system is so free. If you can dream it, you can do it. The roster is massive and cool, and like what an amazing roster. They put like She-Hulk, MODOK, Rocket Raccoon before anyone knew who that was. They were so ahead of the times with the cool and interesting characters they put in there, like Arthur, Phoenix Wright. There's so many cool ones, and they're all cool and fun to play and even viable. That's the crazy thing. Because every character is so broken, you still see low tiers blowing it up in tournaments occasionally. So that's cool. It's just, it never gets old. This game doesn't get old. Even though it is annoying, sometimes you just lose to the most stupid DS ever, like Zero, and you just hate the game. But it's still fun, and you just want to go back and get another hit of that. So, awesome game. Ultra Street Fighter 4. Ooh, are we going to make some enemies by putting it in C? You know what? I'm going to put it in B just because it's Ultra. I think Ultra is by far the best version of Street Fighter 4. Um, Other than Elena, who is not very fun, I think they really shored up a lot of the problems with the game in Ultra. They
So was it
really
good?
nailed it, which is important because it was the last version. Up until that point, I have a lot of other problems with Street Fighter 4, but the general annoying Street Fighter 4 stuff like GTFADC, at least finally they made it so that it wasn't safe, and stuff like crouch tech was a little internally, but people were getting a lot more options frame traps and stuff, so that became less of a problem. So anyway, the Street Fighter 4 has a fond place in my heart. It's what got me into the SGC back in 2009.
No, I don't want to delete this profile.
And yeah, it has problems, and the online is trash, obviously, but it's still a fun game. It still holds up. I played this with a friend a few nights ago, and it was just like, yeah, I see why we played this so much. This is a fun game. All right, only two more guys, and I'm not even at the half-hour mark yet. Oh my god, this ended up taking so much longer than I wanted. Under Night in Birth. Let's go ahead and put it in A, I guess. I've only played Eunice that much, but it was really fun, really great.
Okay.
Online is not good, which is unfortunate.
See how well we can do.
The sprites are amazing. It feels almost like a hybrid of an anime game and a Street Fighter game, just with a little bit more emphasis on the anime than the Street Fighter. But I liked it a lot how it was, less air dashy, less crazy than Guilty Gear, but still had a lot of that anime feel. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And finally, Vampire Saber, we're going to put that in A tier as well. I'm not
So
the
far,
best
it's good,
Vampire
although we
Saber,
just started the game.
my Shenko is not that good, but
Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, to comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out Darian Main.
If you got all the way through the list, I'm sorry if I kind of rushed through the end of it there, but I don't want this video to be too long. Don't roast me too hard in the comments, like I said.
Oh shit, this guys get in front of my aim.
By the way, if there's any games that are down here in the section of games that I haven't played that much, or at least played in a competitive sense, if there's any of these that you think that I really need to put some time into, let me know, and maybe I can try them out in future videos. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my tier list, and let me know what kind of content you'd like to see from me in the coming weeks and months. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
It's a sniper!
There you go. Well, to die, obviously. And this music is copyrighted. Before I get a mute.
Chat, I need a really good fighting game.
We can't afford to keep losing command posts. We captured a command post. Hostile reinforcements are dropping. We've lost control of a command post. The enemy has captured a command post. We've captured a command post.
Ow.
Hostile reinforcements
fighting game tier list that has like a whole bunch of shit, right? Like I need an absolute centric assload of fighting games in there. We need a tier list of the loose stats fighting games. We need to do this. We need to put this loose shit into the ground. We need to kill it. I gave it life. Now I'm going to take it away. We need every single fighting game, but like at least the ones that we know about, right? This is pretty good, right? We don't need to utilize everything. Damn, the chicken tendy fighting game is a good one. We don't need absolutely everything. So here's our tier list. We are gonna kill this loose thing, right? At some point, me making jokes about fighting games being loose or tight and trying to describe to people this weird concept of emergency and creativity in fighting games has led to nothing but it being memed into holy shit. So I have to destroy it. It needs to die. I have to kill it. We're gonna take what a super tight fighting game is and find whatever is the super fucking tight game and the loosest game. What is the loosest ass fighting game? They go from SFL in varying degrees to SFT. And yes, for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, a loose fighting game, I'm going to try to make this as simple to understand as possible, not make it a 15-minute conversation off the top of my head. A loose fighting game is a game that gives players a ton of freedom, right? Your ability to do crazy shit is off the goddamn charts, almost to a disastrous degree. There's way too much looseness. And then if you have games that are super tight, they're very constrained by design. Things have direct answers, and the game is the way it is, and you're either going to like it or not like it. Because people have been making dissertations.
Goodness.
Let's start from this end all the way down to this end. Like, let's get something that is super fucking loose. Let's get some extremes in here, because I think it's kind of hard to fill out these. Let's get some extremes. I have to locate it because there are so many fighting games on this list. And I really hope it's on here. Because there's one that immediately is an extreme. Ultimate Marvel 3? Nah. That's a loose-ass game. But nah. Do you really think Ultimate Marvel 3 is the loosest thing in the world? To a... we're talking like, this is like damaging, right? The integrity of the game has been mitigated. The game's absolute mechanical flow has been disrupted because the players have too much power. The game is so goddamn loose that its physical being has turned into a liquid, and now it is getting into the vents, permeated every single fiber of what the hell exists, and it's everywhere. The game is fucking everywhere. It's disgusting and kind of awesome. It's not the tendies. Right, I'm sorry. It's not the tendies. My answer is Hakuto no Ken. It's Fist of the North Star. I had to dig it up. It's in here, though. Bam. The loosest ass game. Like, if we're going to talk about this game is loose to a fault, is Hakuto no Ken. And this is an old school Arc System Fist of the North Star fighting game. It's not just the infinite aspect of it. Because every character has infinites, and the game is just bonkers. Right, and then we're watching the game in like the competitive. Oh yes, give me the basketball combos. Oh hell yes. The game is so loose that whatever the hell the devs had planned for it is out the window. Maybe the devs planned for this. Maybe they did, but it's just you can do whatever the fuck you want, man. This shit is insane. In terms of my personal experience and like seeing how some games are played, this is some crazy loose shit. And it is fucking nuts, man. So to me, this gets like the super fucking loose award. This is one of the loosest, craziest fighting games I have ever seen. Let's go to the exact opposite. And a game that is crazy tight, right? That is almost the exact opposite, where it wants you to play it a certain way, and that is the way you're going to play it. I have very little experience with this game, but from what I understand, it is the way it is. Do you think Street Fighter 5 is super tight? Maybe kind of tight. Maybe pretty tight. You want a game that is super fucking tight in the way it's supposed to be played? This game, Fantasy Strike. And people actually like that about it, right? People really enjoy Fantasy Strike for the fact that the game everything's designed to have like an answer. You're designed to play characters a sort of specific way. You're designed to have matchups sort of specific way. I think this super fucking loose games can be to a fault, right? This can, as we just saw, like, really create something that is so beyond the intention of what the game was initially designed to do, that this game was designed to do this stuff. And guess what it does? It does it. And I don't even know if that's to a detriment. To some people, it will be a detriment. But people like me, I like games to sort of be right around like this area, like this sort of area, is kind of like the perfect area for me. It doesn't make this a bad game, right? In some ways, maybe this is
Just spawning units. Oh, he's probably gonna get mauled.
brought to you by Toronto Top Tiers. Just for anyone that hasn't seen this game, from what I can gather, because I only really played Magic Dragon to start in tournament, this game has like a jump button. You know, the life bars are segmented into like pips that represent how much damage you can eventually take per character. Things are like designed to have the right answer, right? They are designed to be the way they are. So, once again, is that specifically a bad thing? I don't know. Oh, the jump button.
Your popularity is rising.
I think this is a pretty tight fight, right? The fight isn't high. The fight isn't not high. It's going to be what some people like or some people might not. Maybe some that kind of like it. Maybe fight equals no fun allowed. I think the fun allowed definitely falls in line, like right around here, right? In some games, you're going to have some fun that is definitely allowed. To me, these are something a lot different than some other people. To me, the fun allowed thing is when you get a bit loose in your game, where you're allowed to do some crazy shit that, you know, there might be some...
Oh, they survived. Oh well, they're not gonna survive for long.
Not at all. No, flowcharty... No. Flowchart is something completely different. Oh, buddy. But we don't want to get too loose with this loose definition. Flowcharty stuff can exist from all the way here to all the way here, right? There is no reason people can't do things very flowcharty. Maybe we can fill things out in between, right? Maybe we can find
A message
proper
from the
place
rat.
where another well-known fighting game
to panic,
should
Ratty.
be. I mean, that's actually a great one. We're not going to use every single game, and we're just going to do some until I get tired. Marvel 2... You would
We
think
are under
goes
attack.
under the mega loose games or a super fucking loose. You know where I actually put MVC2? Right around here. I think it's a hella loose game because there's actually a lot of consideration put into the game, right? There's actually a lot of systems involved in a loose game, right? People forget. You think about the top tiers in MVC2 that get there's a lot of top tiers in that game, right? Sure. But a lot of people forget about the legacy paths. Like,
Goodness.
some of those characters are so tight that what they can do that they always can do something in some way. However, the game allows for a lot of permutation, right? It allows for a lot of things in a 3v3 game, a lot of crazy shit to happen. So a lot of games can be...
Goodness, he fought hard this time.
Like the crazy top tiers of NPC2, it might be up here. The problem is it's not. You know, and only some characters even get a chance to do crazy combos and shit. You gotta really work your ass off it. And
Yeah, we won that game.
with the creativity that low tiers actually bring in, that not a lot of people have seen, that something like Justin figures out because he really understands the whole game and not just the top tiers. You can be super creative with that game. Holy shit, man! You can really go in and
I think it's a bare minimum, yeah.
never found before because you just never actually put in the time to find the synergy of these characters that people don't use. You just wrote off that character because they don't do what the top tiers do. Let's find an opposite one, right? In the opposite end, a game that's pretty fucking tight. At least one that a lot of people know of. I'm gonna drag this one in here. It's going up. It's going up. And this is a big one for me personally. It's going up. I think MK11 is pretty fucking tight. I think this game goes right there. I think this game is pretty fucking tight, dude. And I think there's two different perspectives here. Only so much the characters got at the start. You did not get very much at the start because there was a very specific definition of what characters could do. And then later on they changed that. I mean, maybe even later on I might put it here after they let you choose the moves at least. But still, like, at least my interpretation of MK11 is that first couple of seasons, right? The first beginning of it, they really constrained what you can do. They really constrained, like, what you got. You got to spend 2 slots on a pop-up for a combo. It's like, oh my god, man. Like, just let me have a little bit of fun with this. That's actually a good question, right? Now that we have that direct comparison, where would we stick a game like Mortal Kombat X? How much freedom of systems and mechanics is not a ton. The variations, it's quite a bit, right? It's quite a bit, but you mostly see the same B&Bs. Characters have the same corner combos. What's the big difference between, like, a situation of MK11 compared to MKX? MKX is faster. There's a lot. You have to make a lot more decisions at a quicker pace. To this point, which is why I say like the sweet spot that I personally love fighting games at is like right in between here, like the kind of type to lose to hella lose. This is like a very good spot to be in. I feel like MKX might be kind of around here, maybe. Being specifically broken doesn't mean like it is either crazy loose or hella loose. Being specifically broken is somewhat of an oversight. Feels kind of tight. Yeah, you know what? I'm sort of here too. I'm with you guys. I almost feel like this has to go in between, right? I almost feel like this is, if there was something in between kind of tight and loose, that MKX might actually be right around there. It's definitely got some things in there that prevent it from getting absolutely fucking insane. Once again, things aren't absolutely black and white about the situation. What is MK9? That's a great question. I feel like myself as an outsider, I have a decent idea of what MK9 might be. Since we're already on the MK subject, Kenny, what's MK9? How much variety was there between players in terms of utilizing mechanics and systems? Astro does I kind of disagree, right? I kind of think you crank up the speed in some games, and you speed up the decision making, and that will naturally loosen a game up. At least to me, this is essentially the what's it called? The whose line is it anyway? Levels of like scoring. As far as how things are tight or loose, it's completely up to my personal definition, and you just have to accept that's the way it is. I created the tight/loose fighting game. You are 100% subjected to whatever the hell I feel like in this situation. I think the BlazBlue community technically created the tight/looseness, but it went up for adoption, and then I adopted it, and then it became me, and now I'm killing it. Right? This is the list that is the defining list, and we're just killing it right now. So Kenny, where do
Joe Biden,
combat attendees lie?
Jason Brody,
MK9,
Taryn Pizza, Darren, Taryn
a little
Pizza.
bit above Mortal Kombat. I think some characters like not just Cyrax, right? Cyrax is fucking nuts because of block this motherfucker. But Cabal just like one cancel out of everything. He's playing a different game. But there's a lot of mobility. There's a lot of like looseness of the mobility in a game like MK9. There was the dash canceling stuff that was quite good. You know, you really move your characters around the screen. Mobility is a big part of how loose a fighting game can be. How much can you pilot your character? How much opportunities does the game actually allow you to move that character around at a variety of speeds? You know, somebody asked, so where's KOF 15? Oh, that's a good question. I think most of the KOF games, outside of the dang tag, KOF is a good example. Maybe we should use KOF 14? I don't think I saw KOF 15 on here. 13, yeah, you know what? That's a good call. 15 is much looser than the 14. KOF 13 falls like right here. Tell me if that's inaccurate. I don't think KOF 13 is as crazy as Capcom 2. Fairly crazy in what they allow characters to do and how fast the game is and all that stuff. But I think it still has a lot of those design elements hold intact. Are there some crazy characters that are way better than others? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think we have the other opposite end, like for example the follow-up game, which made things a little bit tighter. And the same thing, I'd actually probably put KOF 15 right here. Actually, this is like the sweet spot in my opinion, right? The hell loose, the kind of tight. This is a very good place. Where else do we go? Dragon Ball Fighter. Ooh, that's not bad. Dragon Ball Fighter Season 1 is such a different game from the latest season. DBFZ Season 1. I think DBFZ Season 1 goes like here. To be completely honest. I think Season 1 is kind of controlled, man. Like, they give you things you can do. Right, yes, and the game is fast. Right, but it's a 3v3 game with tag. And you only get so many options of how to like open people up. There's only so many characters in the game for a 3v3 tag team game. So things just are really good, right? And yeah, things being good is good, but things usually just like have a fucking answer. Just 2 agents.
Almost
I'm gonna bump it up, right? Because people did end up figuring out there was a lot of crazy strategies.
Thanks for watching, by the way. Do enjoy doing these videos.
Looseness is getting a little too loose. But if we're not talking about the past now, right? Let's talk about now. Because even MK11, I still put down some pretty tight. Those are two kind of different games. What they allowed characters to do was very different over time. I'm not even qualified to talk about this because 21 came out. You know, Human 21 came out and fucked everything up. From the last I played the game, tagging on specials, the expanded roster, characters that didn't all play the fucking same. There was a lot of flexibility and an expression added to the game, in my opinion, where you could really get people in their unique play styles to be represented. To the point where I kind of put Dragon Ball like right around here. I think that changes this category. I think DBFZ, as it grew into something being kind of tight to.
Let's continue. Let's do
This
this.
might be controversial, but 2015 Tekken 7.
1998. 1998.
I can't even tell you.
Today's 22.
Arcade launch Tekken 7. I think T7, in terms of how many options you have with characters, how you have to approach the game's mobility, there are so many ways to play that game that I think what it eventually turned into.
Fuck the formulas, jeez.
Kind of now, it's kind of like a movement. I think what it eventually, because you have to understand, the game started with very little mobility. The game did not offer that many options. And by the time it came out on consoles, much less had a large variety of characters, and then it eventually got to the point of that, it went through a substantial change. In fact, here's where my brain, now that I've talked myself through it, here's where my brain actually went there. My brain actually went to hella loose. It's weird because of how the ability of that game adds so much, right? There are so many different levels of how you could approach this move hit from this angle type of
Okay. Here comes a real American. Shocking the real American.
There's so many different things that can happen to get good or bad at Tekken that the variety, like Tekken players with average Tekken players, is so huge because of how much understanding you have. I don't know, yeah, 3D moves is a very different thing. And well, maybe we'll just go down here. Here's the question. If we're all sort of in the mode that Tekken is kind of a loose game, I might say hell of a. Where does Virtual Fighter land? To me, my understanding of VF.
Someone drinking a real. Good. Fuck this. Jeez. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for watching YouTube channel. See you tomorrow. And another great show for tonight. Bye.
Don't like Virtual Fighter because it's crazy tight. Like there's a lot of RPS in VF that is like people don't like that, right? It is the most strike throw fighting game thing like ever, but it's a 3D thing. Different things that can happen. There's a lot of situational stuff. Once again, this is a good example. Things that aren't specifically bad, and sometimes things that are designed to be super fucking tight still can. The tightness of Virtual Fighter.
Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. Said it's gonna be a good one, just wait and see. Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. Said it's gonna be a good one, just wait and see. the best.